Good morning, y'all. Hope everything's okay this morning. Hey, let's get this show started. How y'all doing this morning? Welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. Oh man, I'm having a little sound issue. I hope you guys can hear me fine. Welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. We talk about what we want to talk about when we want to talk about it. Okay. And so today, you guys, by request, it's so cute sometimes. Thank you guys for even. It's just adorable. I'm like, y'all want to hear what I got to say? I ain't got nothing to say. Me? So thanks for your support. You guys hit the like button. Hey Winky, hey Tracy, hey Brandon, Big Mike, what's up? I appreciate all y'all so much. Thank you to everyone that liked the video as they came into the room. Like the video, it's absolutely free. If you can consider supporting the channel, we have a tip jar over on Cash App. I'll put my QR code in the corner. And yeah, that's it. It's nothing to it but to do it. What else we got to say? Oh, and don't forget, a lot of people say they're going to start a YouTube channel. If you do, I want to tell you about SoFi. You get $25 when you open an account. So like my AdSense goes over to my SoFi account. And I got this from my favorite person, Spencer Cornelia. Spencer Cornelia told me about SoFi. And the money goes into my SoFi account is 4.75% interest on your savings account. And that goes separate from like my Chase or my Bank of America, where I don't even look at it. So when my AdSense go over there, I'm not even worried about it. It's there for my goals and my emergencies. So I'm not a big YouTuber, so I don't make a whole lot of money. But yeah, if you ever think about opening a YouTube or gig work, check out SoFi, and I put the link. You get $25 when you open an account, okay? And that's just my affiliate link. All right, you guys. So, Conscious, good morning. Let's talk about why do I have I hear everything. Hold on, guys. Let me see. Let me see what's wrong with I hear everything. Okay. All right. Let me just make sure. Like I hear the cars going down the street, everything. I'm like, what is happening? Okay. Hopefully that helped. And let's go to it. So, um, I want to go to this YouTube video. Now, this is so cute because I was watching some YouTubers and they're covering the Black Excellence Hour podcast, and it's adorable because they're from out of town, and they're like, "What do talking under your clothes mean?" And it's hilarious, like to hear them. They're like, "Well, we never heard of intellectual radio. Intellectual radio is like a pod, if you will." And they cover a lot of different people. They host their shows over there. So Intellectual Radio has everyone's shows over there. We have Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. You have it's a lot of people. Dinashe, we just talked about Dinashe. You have the ex-cons for Trump people over there. You got a lot of people that just host in this pod, if you will. And they have several shows. So it's like a WVON, but talk all the time on a podcast sort of thing, if that makes sense. But it was a funny thing when I heard everybody say, what does talking under your clothes mean? Does anyone know what that means? That is really, really, really old school. I didn't know what it mean either. The older women used to say it. I don't know if it came from down south or if it was from Chicago, but maybe because I'm a certain age, I've heard it a lot. And that means that it's total, it's just that someone's calling you out your name, calling you everything but a child of God. So that it's a funny saying, but it's instead of saying like people calling you out your name, calling you bad words, they talking under your clothes. Like you, so you're basically sitting there naked, shame, and they just talking about you, right? So talking under your clothes. That's an old school saying. So I wanted to make sure my friends on YouTube in the community over here, y'all, everybody's like, yeah, what does she sounds stupid talking under your clothes? That's so old school. It's a old school. I feel like it came from down south during, it sounds weird, like we always talk about the Great Migration, but I think it's just sayings that we heard from down south. You ever heard sayings like something in the milk ain't clean. Talking under that means they ain't telling you the whole story. Some ain't right over here. They say some in the buttermilk ain't clean, or whatever's done in the wash gonna come out in the rinse. Was done in the dark gonna come out in the light. Those old sayings. So that's what talking under your clothes mean, guys. It was so funny. I heard everybody was like, I didn't know so many people hadn't heard it, and it was just so funny to hear. I was listening to Dear Woke Christian. He was like, what does talking under your clothes mean? It's like, yeah, but men don't really say it too much, but it is an old saying, especially amongst women. Yeah, she talking all under her clothes. Yeah. You say Winky said they'll try to incorporate it this week. Yeah, it's like some in the milk. Like when you see some weird, some in the water ain't clean, some in the milk ain't clean. You know what I mean? Just those old school sayings. So yeah, that's what talking under your clothes means. So this is the Black Excellence podcast. I think it's B Red that hosts it. She's from the West Side, and she in this podcast says that she is Tiffany. Oh, they got a little swear jar back there. This is hilarious. They got a swear jar in the back with googly eyes on it. So she's saying that she's Tiffany Henyard's friend, loud and proud. And that's fine. I respect her for that 100%. I actually respect her from that. A lot of people don't want to admit that Tiffany even helped them, or they knew Tiffany. I told you it's this one person. They were around like, I don't really know Tiffany. And they had like more pictures of Tiffany Tiffany than Kamal had with Tiffany. We were like, wait a minute. So I don't know. Those pictures just started popping up like boop, 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 boop. Like, yeah, Tiffany Henyard. I just took a couple pictures. Boop, 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 boop. Like they are all over the place. So it's weird that everyone wants to jump on this trend to hate Tiffany Henyard immediately. Like we got an audit from Lori Lightfoot, but Lori Lightfoot had her own issues as well as Chicago mayor. But everyone was super happy. And it's so funny. The people in Chicago, they really be like, why'd y'all send Lori out there? It's really, for the outside world, it's really different. I think what I'm looking for, if you guys want to know the truth, when they come take her to jail, because she's going to jail, right? Because she stole all this money, right? So she's going to jail, and they're going to take her to jail. And that's it. That's all. They are watching her. They're going to take her to jail. And that's what y'all saying. I wonder how many people are even going to care if Tiffany goes to jail after she's not reelected, if that's the case. How many people even care? They won't. They won't even be looking for Tiffany to go to jail. It's like we got the end goal, get her on out of here. We got rid of her, and that's it. They won't be looking for Tiffany and what she be doing at all. And so I want to go over this podcast because there's some things I do agree with and some things I didn't agree with. And I was watching a little bit on some fellow YouTubers channels, and I said, let me stop and gain my own opinion from this, because I don't like to listen to other people and get their opinions stuck in my head. So hit the like button if you can. Hey, Goddess. Ooh.
With non-white foreigners. That's not who you are. In the Caribbean, in Africa, that is none of your Negro.
I started watching her whole podcast. She went to the inauguration, she said. I got to finish watching that.
And call ourselves the appropriate names, which leads me to the last point of the show, because we got to wrap it up soon. So if you want to call, you better call now. 773-345-9977. I meant to bring this up in the beginning of the show, but as everyone knows, Mayor Tiffany Henyard is my friend, my home girl. Okay. Like my friend before she was mayor, she came down to my job. We became friends. I have nothing against her. Well, I watched a video last week where Tiffany Henyard was verbally assaulted at her job, someone talked under her clothes, called her a whore and a bad mama, and said all kind of stuff. And then a brawl ensued. So because Tiffany is my homegirl, I called her and I'm like,
So yeah, all that happened. That definitely happened. Someone was allowed to get on the microphone in a public meeting and call Tiffany all kind of names, talk under her clothes, like I told you that means, talk under her clothes, disrespect an elected official in the public. But what even made it worse, like before he got to the microphone, everyone in the audience was like, "Ooh, she gonna get it now," and that was just so ghetto. That was so ghetto. But yeah, that's true.
Like, girl, are you okay? What's up? She said that this attacker actually had a knife.
She was called a whore. She was alluded to being a whore. Yeah, she was. She was alluded to being a hoe. She didn't sleep her way to the top. It's the same thing.
Knife, and he was stabbing and cutting them during this brawl. Her boyfriend's face and neck during this brawl. Oh, are you okay? What's up? She said that this attacker actually had a knife and he was stabbing and cutting them during this brawl. Her boyfriend's face and neck were cut, and a guy that was with them had his hands cut. Now, I'm not saying that Tiffany was.
Now, I didn't see all that. Now, I did. I'm gonna just tell you what I see. Now I heard on the streets. Like I'm gonna always tell y'all what I heard on the streets. I heard on the streets that a knife was there. That's what I heard from someone that was there. They told me that someone had a knife, and what I said was, "Well, y'all need to fire all the security guards if someone was able to get in there with a knife after you were winding everyone down to get in the building." Okay. And then secondly, um, when I heard that this is from someone that was there, this is not even a Tiffany supporter. They heard someone say he has a knife in there. And I think she saw the microphone. That's what I think that everyone saw, was because the microphone is kind of shiny. You know, it can hurt you. It can hurt you with the mesh and all of that stuff. But nonetheless, whether we believe it was a knife or a microphone or any kind of weapon, fists, whatever, if that happened, why y'all didn't go to the police? I would have been sitting there in front of the cameras, rocking back and forth, looking like I had I just came from the walking through the Walking Dead with Rick Grimes, like I've been stabbed. Like why didn't nobody come forward and say that?
In the right because Tiffany shouldn't have got out of her seat. However, we are now noticing a trend of people attacking Black female politicians at work. We had Emma Mintz, who was manhandled and pushed by Carlos Rosa at City Hall. Now we got Tiffany being verbally assaulted at her job out there in Thornton Township. People are talking about Tiffany and saying that Lori went out there to do an investigation, but based on Lori's investigation findings, she specifically says that this is not a criminal investigation. So Lori did not go out there to do a criminal investigation. She went out there to do an audit. Tiffany is the victim of a smear campaign. And for that reason, this week we are having a press conference for Tiffany out there in Dolton for Black women. Participate.
Now, okay, I didn't see anybody get stabbed, so I can't say that, and I haven't seen proof of a knife. I think everybody should have went to the police immediately and called the ambulance immediately if you were standing there with some multiple stab wounds at any time. Okay, if you were sitting there with rug burn, you should have called the police at that point, because you know you were attacked with a rug, whatever. Then what she said, the the trend of people being disrespect. I don't know about that alderman in Chicago. I don't have anything to say about that. Do I agree Tiffany has a smear campaign? Yeah, 100%. It's a smear campaign against Tiffany. 1000%. Yeah, I agree with that. I believe it's 20 on 10. Y'all don't never find proof in anything. And I said it. You find no proof. The story. Didn't last week somebody, wasn't it? Wait a minute, what you hold on, because I want to make sure. Didn't a couple of days, did anybody check on the baby? Isn't the baby getting slapped in the face, open hand? Anybody check on the baby? What happened to Nate's neck? And y'all know I like Nate. Nate jumped in the fight. What happened to Nate's neck? Did he get his lick back? Nothing ever comes. Nothing ever comes. Nothing ever finishes up. It's like all these stuff. So yeah, I do. But this is why y'all listen to me. I'll tell you the other side. Do I think Tiffany should have ever hired Kamal? No. You don't do that. You don't. Have I seen it be done before where people just give they friends jobs? Yes. Tiffany should have never walked in the supervisor position, and the first thing she do is promote. One of the first things she did is promote Kamal. But y'all skip over the other parts because it's all in the meeting minutes in Thornton Township, who all got jobs. It's all listed in Thornton Township meeting minutes. But no, you don't. He should have stayed on his side of the tracks with his businesses and doing his thing. He should have never been up. We should have never known Kamal was Tiffany's boyfriend. We should have still been trying to investigate if she was sleeping with Kamal. He should have never been in the forefront. We should have never had the first super boyfriend. We should have never had that. So that's where I can't just jump over on one side of the fence and be 1000% for Tiffany and all of those things. But yeah, is it a smear campaign? Yeah. Every week is something. Do I think Tiffany perfect? No. No. But y'all don't ask for conclusions on anything. It's just like everything. What was the other thing that happened? Nate picked up the desk. No, he ran towards the fight. So I don't know if he ran towards the fight to get somebody out the way, Winky. I will say that. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to pull somebody out the way, like you said, his dad. But he was the first to stand up and go that way. So I'm like, did he get his lick back for the next situation? Yeah, I heard about that baby. I heard about the baby. Y'all said that someone said that the baby, it was like the baby had got smacked. And I was like, what? I'm not covering that. It's like every week is something. So yeah, that's why I can't wait for it to be over. It's definitely definitely a smear campaign. But the Tiffany put herself in a lot of these positions. Yeah. Like I said, I don't understand why she doesn't admit to stuff like, Nino Brown didn't go over well. Maybe I shouldn't had see, it's certain things I can't, because I FOIA'd a lot of the credit cards we went over it here on my channel. And some I didn't go over because like that trip they took before Tiffany, when we were over the minutes, I didn't want to just put people names over on that because they're innocent people. If my boss tell me I'm gonna go to a spa for a weekend, and this was under Zuccarelli leadership, I'm gonna go to the spa for the weekend. You know what I mean? What I'm gonna say no for? I would have never thought in 7 years, or what? I mean, not 7 years. In 4 years, my boss would pass away, and then everybody would be looking into, like, if I'm just the senior services lunchroom monitor, whatever. I would have never thought they'd be looking to see if I went to a spa or a conference in 4 years, and then my name is drugged. So some certain things I just don't bring out because I don't have time to be trying to hurt people's reputation, and people take something and it grows legs. You know what I mean? But this is interesting when you see this woman is saying that she heard about, this is what her friend is telling her. This is what her friend told her. I ain't hear from her, so I'm just letting y'all know. But I could see that people thought the microphone was a knife. Microphones are sharp.
or
with the mesh. You could hurt somebody with a microphone. You could chip your tooth with a microphone. You could do a lot of bust your lip with a microphone. You could do a lot of things.
not. I don't need you to tell me what I need to do or not need to do, because at the end of the day, we cannot have it that people think it's okay to attack Black women in power. If I got a political seat, I don't want nobody to come to my job and cuss me out and throw me around and bring knives to stab me up. Nobody wants or needs that. So if you're following me on any social media platforms, please keep an eye out about that, because we are pulling all of that together right now. Again, this is not about the politics of Dolton. I don't stay in Dolton. I don't even go south of Cermak, okay? I focus on West Side business. However, when it comes to the business of Black women in Cook County, oh, all of that is my business. And we got a whole bunch of other women who have made that their business too. So we will be doing that press conference this week. Keep your eyes and ears open for that. If you want to participate, we're going out there to stand up for Black women. I am getting the wrap up signal. So we're going to wrap all of this up. Remember that Chicago Red meets every Thursday at Christian Community Center. I've been getting a lot of pushback about that
it's
from the
Chicago
woman
Red.
who owns Christian Community Center. She said that the city is coming to her and asking her.
Okay. So that was her segment. And like, she has a voice just like everybody else, you know, and that's pretty good. So she didn't tell us when it was. So yeah, she didn't tell us when it was, so we can't do anything about that. But if I hear about it, I'll let you guys know. Okay. Let's go to the fight, because I see a lot of people have questions about the fight. While you're in here, hit the like button. And if you don't like it, just get out. You don't have to say anything nasty. Just get on up out of there. All right. Go to some channels that you like. All right. So let's watch the fight right quick.
To Texas, and when her daughter moved away to Texas, she went to help her daughter. All those in favor say aye.
Okay.
For women, spending habits.
We got actually
a failed business venture.
This is public comment. Make your comment. A question for
this little lady dimples are so cute. She got these little dimples in her cheek. Let's go on over to the let's go on over to share this screen. And good morning, y'all. I hope y'all get everything your heart desires today, this weekend. It is the weekend. Okay, this little lady, she got these little dimples, and even though she's so angry, she's so adorable. So but I actually got a comment. I got feedback from Nate Fields. Remember, we were the first on this channel to tell you guys to donate to his campaign. Who was it? It was one of the Blueberries that made the first donation. We support Nate Fields, but we're going to call it out the way we call it out, okay? We're going to call it out the way we call it out. Y'all stop sending me this weird stuff. Y'all are so funny. All right. So he responded and he said that he felt the energy that Jedediah was going to do something. That's what he said in the response on our short that we did. So let's go over here to the video.
Trustee Everett Gray Everett. I'm not sure which one it is. Why?
Shout out to the Lancet Journal.
Do you have to sidebar with the supervisor during these meetings? Couldn't she call you on the phone and tell you how to vote? This is public comment. Make your comment.
Y'all, I was so happy they moved. They could have been did what they did for this meeting. I was so happy that it wasn't all that yelling this meeting, and you could actually hear the business and get business done, because a lot of this yelling means everybody has to pause, and that's why the meetings stay so long. So now watch right here. Now let's see. Let me just close this up. Let's refresh, because I feel like it's kind of fuzzy. Thanks for being here. All right. Yeah, I wish she would have came back and did another comment this week. I love. Okay. She tried to teach the people, child. Okay, now she's speaking. So watch the Lansing Journal coverage. So look right here in the audience. You see Nate's little head peek out, and where he's looking at the cute lady with the dimples. So look how Nate gets up. He looks, he makes eye contact, and he gets up. But he explained, he said he felt like something was going to go pop off. That's what he told us in our channel. So then he just stood back there, and it to the left of him, that's the young man that pulled Stephanie Wiedemann back at the end. So I guess he works there. He knew her. So he just stood by to the side. Now we're gonna fast forward to the fight because y'all been analyzing this fight for a month. So this is the Lansing Journal angle. Let's go to Reality TV Chicago. Shout out to him. Let's go, because Melody, she was getting a little flustered there. And so right there, because I don't think they got it, that's when Kamal yelled out. Let's go to I couldn't believe the mayor jumped in that fight. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe he jumped in that fight. She jumped in that fight. Okay. So, and it's almost like the telephone game. Everybody's gonna see their own version. This is what I see. This is what my play-by-play is. So he's walking back to his seat. William Moore, he could have been held Tiffany back. So there's what's his face? He's sitting there. There's Kamal. He gets up. He had Krigley's right over here. So he puts the mic. I can't think of his name. JB. He pushed the microphone down. Okay. And then Kamal and him are still yelling. Krigley got the littlest little legs, y'all. I'm like, he's gonna break a leg. Keith Price is unbothered. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Tracy. I agree. So then I can't see what happened, but you see Kamal hand is reaching out, and you see who's already bent up, like he's flexing. I don't know. So Krigley grabs him around the waist. Now, where's the microphone? I'm just looking for the microphone. I can't see the microphone. Where's the microphone? I'm still looking for the microphone. I don't think we can see it on this view. I see the microphone holder. I don't see it. And that's all I could say. I don't see it. I still don't see the microphone. I don't know where it went at that point. But if she saw something, it probably was the microphone, if I had to guess. Okay. And that's all we got. And I agree with Tracy. The fight has been watched more than Zapruder film of JFK assassination. I agree. Yeah. And if Nate dad popped up, he a Marine or something like that, ain't he? Isn't he? He's like a Marine or something like that. So if his dad popped up, yeah. But he waited to the side. Maybe he saw his dad get up too. Maybe he saw his dad get up too and was like, oh my, if something happened, I got to get my dad up out of there. That could have been the case too. But we appreciate him for leaving that comment. And he made sure he said, I thought something was going to go on. So I don't know how to identify his dad and where his dad is. You guys know better than I do. you guys watch a lot of more content than I do. I don't really get to absorb a lot of the content. So, but I know one thing, those officers should be fired. All of them. All of them. Get up out of here. Y'all can't control the room, or you need more people, or something is going on. Something is going on. I think the weirdest thing about this is just to see everybody cameras getting pulled out. And in the one video, she was like, did anybody call 911? It was like, no, everybody was filming. Everybody was filming. Didn't nobody have time to call 911? Help. But I will say this. I'm glad no one got physically hurt. Things could escalate, and I'm glad they didn't get hurt. And that's it. But yeah, Nate moved that desk out the way, Tracy. He was like, no, if I'm supervisor, we got to save money, okay? But that TV took a licking, man. That TV took a ass whooping. I don't know what that Vizio did to anybody. Hey, JB. Yes. Hey, Ranger, yes. Oh my God. Yeah, that is true. But it's gonna happen. I'm just, what I'm waiting for? I want everybody to check on us in a year. That's all I ask. Check on us in a year. Everybody that's watching now, don't forget about Dolton. Check on us in a year. Check on the financial reports. Check on the government. See how many people that was at that podium got a job. See, like that first 3 months, just see how many people, when you just see people pop up and you like, what? They're the director of, wait, they got 2 jobs, one at Thornton and one. It's the stuff Tiffany doing, they're gonna do the same thing. Dolton is not gonna get any better because we just have recycled politicians. It's not that I don't believe in people or the candidates or anything like this. We're putting the same people into power that's been in power for the last 8 to 12 years. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But you don't have to live here, so I can understand how you would look at things. And I'm not saying anybody specifically. You don't have to live here, so you'll look at things like, oh, it's just this one person doing everything to everybody. So I get it. All I ask, check on us in a year. Just check on us in a year and see what's going on. You know what I mean? See what you think about Dolton. Check on us in a year. That's all I ask. Recycling the same people that not even one person knew. The same people being recycled. It's just, it's crazy, but okay. It's like, all right, that's fine. Okay, let's see if we can go to this. But I'll just love for all the people to come back out and say, hey, you know what? The people that come back out and just say, hey, you know what? Now, okay, y'all, what's going on over here in Dolton for real? Let's see. Because y'all will see something and then say you didn't see it. And I'm not talking about the fight, anything else. You'll see something and say you didn't see it. And it's so weird to me. Like, y'all will say, like, y'all was so mad when Tiffany hired someone that had a SO background. Now y'all don't say anything anymore. Y'all was mad when Tiffany opened the ice skating rink. You didn't want nobody to use it. And then now you talking about how you're going to rename it and plan to do great things for the rink. But you let it sit there for a whole year with no income, no revenue. Y'all was mad because Tiffany's name was on the food boxes, and that was happening for the last 100 years, which I did ask for the FOIA of the ordinance. Can anybody get me the ordinance, please? I've emailed, I FOIA'd. I want the ordinance of the image ordinance. I need to know what date it went in. I went over the minutes and stuff, so I don't know if I'm skipping over it. But that image ordinance. So you guys know I'm not your numbers girl. I really don't do the numbers and stuff like that. I don't. I leave that to the other content creators. I just usually break down what I see, maybe in the minutes or something like that. But that's it. I don't do anything else. Okay. Let's go to, yeah. What lady? What part you on, Raging? Yeah. But Keith Freeman. It's crazy because I told y'all I got that one call. They were like, and this is on record. They said directly, if you just, it would be a lot easier for you if you just stop talking about Tiffany. Tiffany don't, y'all, how many, put a 1 in the chat if y'all saw me try to interview Tiffany, talk to Tiffany, and Tiffany looks the other way. Tiffany don't like me. Tiffany don't like me. Y'all don't see her be like, you know what? I'm going to give this exclusive to Burgundy Blue Commentary. No. No. She's not going to. Hold on 1 second. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. It's like when I get on the microphone, everybody get louder and louder. Yeah, they have short memories. Yeah. They got short memory. Oh, she's just a resident. She's just a resident of Dolton or Thornton Township or something. She's just a resident. I don't know if she does anything else in the town, but for what I know, she's a resident. So when y'all want to have time, go through the minutes from when Tiffany got appointed. You'll see. I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. I only can tell y'all what we have, what we find. Like, so this was her first. This is the Tiffany's first. Hit the like button, you guys. If you can support the channel, we appreciate you so much. QR code in the corner for buy me a coffee, or you could send us over to Cash App. Let's see. All right. Oh God, I got an hour before. I can't be long when I got an hour. I gotta be somewhere. Okay. Let's go to when Tiffany first became supervisor. The real thing, it's really cool to watch the minutes. To look at the minutes. That's why, in my opinion, I don't know anything. This is my opinion. We'll never see minutes in Dolton, y'all. We'll never see. Y'all see how we got those 191 pages in one day? They could have been gave us the minutes. They could have been done it, been gave it to us, been gave us the board meeting packets, which are the packets that Tiffany Henyard, as the mayor and the board, gets every meeting. And I put it on her, and she says she doesn't have control over the website. Tiffany says she doesn't even have email anymore. She doesn't even have control over her email anymore. She said that on a record as well. They said at one time they didn't have control over the website. So it's just a bunch of mess. But the other day we got 191 pages mysteriously overnight from Dolton, the village of Dolton, right? Posted on the website. They get those packets every board meeting. They just don't share it with us. They could put it on a Jumbotron. They could pass them out. And that includes Tiffany too. That includes a whole board. They could have did a lot, but a lot of this just was theater for us. You know what I mean? And we ate it up. So like I said, when you see Tiffany on a reality show, I don't want to hear nobody mouth, because y'all made her popular. Y'all made her more popular than she had to be. And that's why these board meetings right now, you see how quiet they're getting? Because they're not going to want y'all looking at them like y'all was looking at Tiffany and asking questions. They're not going to want that. Okay. So let's go to the board minutes. This is Tiffany's first meeting ever. This is her second meeting. Okay. So no, wait a minute. Hold on. I got the meetings wrong. Let's go to her first meeting. Her first meeting was March the 8th, 2022. Okay. This was her first meeting. And you know what happened at that first meeting? This is what she wanted to do. She went to approve the bills of the Road and Bridge Fund. The motion was made by Trustee Darlene and seconded by Trustee Gonzalez, right? Okay. You went to resolutions and proclamations. You went to new business, you went to personnel, you went to resignations, retirement, terminations, transfer, promotion, status change, appointment of new hire. Okay, so it was the appointment of a new hire, right? And she entertained a motion to approve appointment of full-time counsel attorney James Vaselli of the Delgado Group. So she hired Delgado when they were already over there in Dolton. Remember, going back to like conscious videos and stuff, it's all connecting the dots, right? Because remember, Conscious uncovered who donated campaign money to the Friends of Tiffany Henyard, right? And she went over to Jason House, Friends of Jason House as well, right? So who donated? Delgado Group. So the motion was made by Trustee Jones, seconded by Trustee Gray Everett. There being no questions or comments, Supervisor Henyard asked Clerk Wells to call the roll. And here go the roll call. All right. And it was 5 yes. Trustee Jones, Gonzalez, Gray Everett, Washington, and Supervisor Henyard. Now, this is her first day in the seat. Then she went on to say she entertained a motion to approve hiring of Communications and Media Advisor Nikita McGraw, International Governmental Liaison Marshawn Talbert, and Senior Advisor Keith Freeman. She hired them the first day. The motion was made by Trustee Jones, seconded by Trustee Washington. Then everybody said, okay, 5 yeses. Jones, Gonzalez, Gray Everett, Washington, and Supervisor Henyard. Then she went into closed session, right? She came out of closed session, called the roll. She fired the attorney, right? She fired the attorney that was there for 25 years. I mean, not 25 years. Yeah. No, that was, but anyway, they fired Attorney Cusper. He was there a long time. They fired him. Then they said they honored Joyce Washington, who was there for 25 years. Y'all know she was super duper sick at that time. And then they adjourned the meeting. So they hired Delgado Group and fired the lawyer that was there that whole time. And the lawyer was like, good luck. He was like, good luck. Y'all can have that, baby. Y'all can have this. He was like, he did the Don Court. Y'all can have that, baby. You can have that stuff. And so the next thing was March 22nd. So now everybody, Keith Freeman's in place day one, right? Even though he was over there at Dolton, right? He's in control. So now we go to the second meeting. Okay. Let's see what business happened the second meeting. So this is March 22nd of 2022. Okay. So we're just gonna go to the terminations. So Supervisor Henyard entertained a motion. This is her second meeting ever. She entertained a motion to terminate Jessica Jones, HR Assistant Manager. The motion was made by Trustee Jones, seconded by Trustee Washington. Then they called the roll. Trustee Jones, everybody said 5 yeses. Jones, Gonzalez, Gray Everett, Washington, and Supervisor Henyard. And then she entertained the motion to terminate Stephanie Wiedemann, Executive Assistant to the Supervisor. The motion was made by Trustee Jones, seconded by Trustee Washington. This is her second meeting. And then here go the roll call. Yes, Trustee Jones, Gray Everett, Washington, and Henyard. Guess who said no? Chris Gonzalez is right here. Chris is the only one to say no. The trustees could have saved Stephanie's job too. That's what just makes it so weird. Like, when they went into closed session, couldn't they have, decided? We heard on Left of the Center podcast where she said that, or that was Hannibal's podcast, Hannibal is Hungry, where she said that they offered her another job, but she decided she would take a job from somebody else, but she didn't want that. So I understand that you can't look in somebody in the face and they fire too. So then closed session ended. Then they adjourned the meeting. Okay. So that was just the second meeting. The first meeting, and they all said yes. Nobody said no. So then we go, I mean, this is just a whole thing. So now we go to the next meeting. They're approving the bills. Now, after they fired, now let me tell you what happened after they fired Stephanie. This is the meeting after they fired Stephanie. Guess who was absent? Anybody know in the comments before it pops up? Chris Gonzalez was absent. Okay. So he was over it. So they had Jones, Gray Everett, Washington, and Supervisor Henry. Now I'm saying he was over it. I'm just reading the minutes, but I mean, it was really a coincidence. He could have been on vacation, but I'm just saying that. So they went ahead and they go to the next part. This is where it got tricky because some people went on a spa trip and the people didn't get paid, and it was $14,000 spent. So that was before Tiffany time. It wasn't Tiffany on the spa trip. But yeah, she had to pay that bill, but no one really brings that up. So this is important. Supervisor here entertained a motion to approve resolution 22-R-004, authorizes signatories for the Thornton Township. Supervisor asked Attorney Vaselli to give an overview. The motion was made by Trustee Washington and seconded by Trustee Jones. Trustee Jones asked if this is for one or multiple. This is what the attorney says, you guys. Now, this is her third meeting. Attorney Vaselli answers, this is just one signatory. Trustee Gray Everett asks, how much do you spend and verify on your own before you come to the board? Supervisor Henry responded saying she hasn't verified or spent any money. Now, you guys, this is important to read. Like, look, they're putting into place one signatory, right? Look at the pickle we're in now, right? You'd have to go down the lane to go through all of these minutes to see all the decisions was made. So they're saying, okay, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. So the attorney from the Delgado group, Vaselli, he says there's just one signatory. So then Trustee Gray Everett asks, how much do you spend and verify on your own before you come to the board? Supervisor Henry responds saying she hasn't verified or spent any money. Trustee Gray Everett asks, what's the rule on spending? Supervisor Henry directed the question to the attorney, who then asked Director of Finance, Robert Hunt. So they passed the buck, right? They passed it to the next person, the next person, the next person. So Tiffany didn't answer. The attorney didn't answer. So here go Robert Hunt, who we see sweating at the podium now, right? Robert Hunt to weigh in and explain our spending policy. Robert, Finance Director, explained that currently the spending limit is 0. Unless it concerns healthcare or payroll. So nothing is spent prior to board approval other than 2, healthcare, insurance, and employee payroll. There being no further questions or comments, she asked to call the roll. Anybody in payroll? Anybody in finance in the chat? I got the FOIA, Winky. I haven't covered it yet. But yet Zuccarelli and his people, they went to the spa. They went to a conference, but it was at a resort that included a spa, and we paid for it. You know, that's in history, but we paid for it. That's just what it was. So they said yes. Okay. So everybody said yes. So then Supervisor Henry entertained a motion to go into closed session at 8:05. Okay. So they're going to closed session, right? So she entertained a motion to approve appointment of an authorized agent under IMRF. Supervisor asked Attorney Baselli to give an overview. The motion was made by Trustee Jones, seconded by Trustee Washington. Okay. Then they went to happy birthday. So they slid all that up under us. And then they said, oh, happy birthday, Trustee. They said, happy birthday, everybody. Trustee Jones wished all employees happy birthday. They slid some heavy stuff up under us. And then they went and bought one of them cakes, y'all. Them cakes, some $80 strawberry cakes. See how they did us? Man, this stuff, you can't make it up. Okay, so let's go to the next meeting. Like, yeah, that's something you guys should look at. Eaglewood Resort and Spa. Very interesting. Nobody brings it up. Okay. But that budget is gone and spent. So I don't really beat on it like that because it's gone and spent. But it's just everybody was spending taxpayer dollars back in the day. Okay, so let's go. I'll be right back, guys. Let me get my water. I'll be right back. It's gone. Because I have to get out of here in an hour. Then we'll go right back to the next board meeting when she hired some more people. And we'll see who approved the hiring of everybody. Okay.
Commentary. My name is Blue, and I will be covering tips on how to survive a Dolton or Thornton Township meeting.
Step 1. Always have your order of protection or court order on hand. Step 2. Order a privacy screen for your phone for those pesky zoom-ins. Step 3. You must lead in prayer even though what happens after may not be what Jesus would do.
Calling your name one more time. Now, God, we come on behalf of this township, of these leaders, Father. We ask, oh God, that you would allow the peace that surpasses all understanding to guard our hearts and our minds.
Pathetic trust dancing over the body of a dead girl. You know what? Look, don't in the public forum. And don't, I'm a grown woman. Don't put your finger. Don't put your finger. Yeah, y'all should get y'all trusted. No, no. See, that's your problem. And thanks for confirming to the Department of Justice. This is the problem. This is the Department of Justice. To the Department of Justice, this is the problem.
Damn me, why you sit up here flipping me off with the bird? Like I told you, your mama should be probably stand on that. That ain't first and foremost. Let me say it. She sounds dumb.
Step 4. Get a comfy seat and a snack. These meetings never start on time. Lastly, if you are a lawyer, paralegal, or a student of law, Dolton is where the money is. Dust off that degree and use it now. Happy holidays to you and yours, and please, try to be kind to one another.
Okay, y'all. Thanks. I had to run down. Whew, okay. So let's do let's go back to the board meeting minutes. Thanks, Cynthia. Okay, let's go back. So we're going to April. Let's go to April 26th and see what happened. Was that? Oh, they went back to trying to pay the bill for Inglewood Spa. Okay, so new business. So new business was, let's go to it. So this is her second month in office. Fourth meeting, approximately fourth meeting. I think this is it. Let's see if I have it. Sorry, y'all, these tabs get tricky. So they told us happy birthday. Then they went to, okay. So then new business was entertain a motion to approve Vanessa, Tamika Hinyard, and Jocelyn as FOIA officers for the township. 5 yeses. Everybody say yes. Okay. They went to closed session. They came out of closed session. When they came out, she made somebody named Lakeisha from part-time to full-time. That's what closed session, I guess, was about. Okay. Hey, Chavis. All right. So some more jobs. Okay. Some more people got bumped up from part-time to full-time, more jobs. Now, could it be because they were coming out of COVID? I don't know. Maybe they were part-time during COVID. They came out after COVID. I'm just reporting the news, you guys. Okay. So next thing is we're going to the May meeting. We're just going to see how many people got jobs. Okay, so they approved this, they approved that. Trustee Gonzalez, he skipped another meeting. This must have been when he started getting irritated. Let's see. So then here go transfer and promotions, you guys. Let's go to transfers and promotions. Okay. So sorry, I gotta move my chair up. So she made someone Shanique from part-time to full-time in senior services. The motion was made by Trustee Jones and seconded by Trustee Washington. She said, so then Trustee Gray Everett asked, why was another full-time employee needed in this department? Supervisor Hinyard requested that Mrs. Brown, Department Manager of Senior Services, speak to this item. Mrs. Brown spoke before the board to let them know that Senior Services Department is operating out of 3 buildings, Riverdale, South Holland, and Calumet City. She mentioned that Ms. Walden was interviewed and slated as a hire back in late November, early December. Because of the holidays and the former supervisor's passing and the reorganization of the board, she got lost in the process. She also mentioned that their department lost a part-time employee. So currently, if someone calls off or something like that, or go on vacation, they could be running at a deficit. Senior Service currently have 10 employees to manage 3 sites. Calumet City requires the bulk of the employees based on a larger number of lunches and et cetera, okay? So Darlene did ask y'all, you know, Darlene don't say much, but she said, why do we need another full-time person? Okay. What did she say? She kept on going within the last 30 days. They resumed several attendance. The discussion continued. Okay. So then Ms. Brown kept on talking. She made her case. And then they said, okay. So then Trustee Gonzalez entered the meeting at 6:28 p.m. They took a 5-minute recess and they had to come back. Okay. So then after the 5-minute recess, they came out and then they said, we're going to ask again for Shanique to be part-time to full-time. And it was 5 yeses. Okay. There we have it, y'all. So now she full-time. Okay. So now let's go to the next one. Call the row. Somebody call the row. Somebody call the row in the chat. Okay, let's go to the next meeting. Who got hired now? Now this time Darlene absent. She can't make it. Okay, so let's go down to, so she's saying all the events we're going to have. So here we go. So supervisor entertained a motion to terminate Julian Wilson. Julian, what you do? The motion was made by Trustee Jones. I swear these minutes, I could read them all day. Julian, what you do? Then she went on to terminate Cecil Franklin due to job abandonment. Cecil, what you do? Okay. So when they went to fire Julian, it was 3 yeses, Jones, Gonzalez, and Hinyard. Pass was Trustee Washington, and Darlene was absent. So it carried. Julius almost made it, y'all. One more pass, he would have made it. Then Cecil, same thing. 3 yeses and a pass. Okay. And that was it. So they didn't got rid of, I don't even know what they did. Cecil was abandoning his job. What did you do, Cecil? What did he do? What did he do? I mean, not what did he do, but what did he do for the township? I'm like, what did he do? Literally. Okay. So then we go back to June. Let's see who getting hired and fired in June. So this meeting, Darlene and Joyce is absent. Okay. This is 2022, you guys. So we only 3 months in. Okay. So then we just go on to the jobs. Supervisor Hinyard mentioned that Harold Matthews and Paula, they both retired. Okay, they went ahead and got up out of there. And then they adjourned the meeting. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Y'all, I'm going to read one more. I'm going to get up out of here. I'm sitting over here like, what happened? So now we're in July. So July is coming. Because we got to talk about when they said they were going to get Zuccarelli a statue. It hasn't been up yet. Okay. So that was that. Let's see. Let's get to some more juiciness. Hit the like button, guys, if you like this. Let's see. When did... So then this one, Rucker came in. That's the set. Y'all look at these minutes. Oh my goodness. Let me just share this. Okay. We need to know when Keith Price came in. So I'm going to continue this because I'm in September now. And I skipped over July and August. And in the September meeting, which is a meeting for real, that's when Rucker came over there. And he brought, look at all these minutes, y'all. These minutes go on forever. And he went over there with everybody to talk about his restaurant and to talk about the supervisor. And Keith Price spoke up. We have to see when Keith came in there. When did he came in there? Because you could see everyone get approved for their jobs and stuff like that. Like the one about Kamal, it came about, but it didn't say his name. It said to approve a whatever his job is. I'm a youth services director. It came up, but it didn't say who it was. Okay, so look right here. Y'all, I got real cuts right here. Look at here, y'all. Look at here. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what we'll continue in the next meeting, because this is where we have to look at all sides and just see what happened here. Supervisor Henry entertained a motion to approve hiring a full-time director of at-risk youth program. The motion was made by Trustee Washington and seconded by Trustee Jones. There being no further questions or comments, Supervisor Henry asked Clerk Well to call the roll. And this was in November the 9th, 2022. This was the roll call vote. We didn't know their positions, Winky. Hey, Danny. It was 5 yes. Trustee Jones, Gonzalez, Gray Everett, Washington, and Supervisor Henry. Now, we're going to put a pin in that because this is what's important. They voted for a full-time at-risk director. Did they know it was going to be Kamal? We're going to have to look at the minutes and see. So they approve hiring of a full-time at-risk. Why they don't have who it is? Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? So they just said, yes, who is it? What's the budget? And I'm only asking because we didn't know who those other two people, like Winky's down there saying, what's their positions? Was one of them the at-risk youth people? What I don't know. I have to research it because this is really weird. So it's one of two things. Did Tiffany go in here and say, did they know that someone got fired that was the at-risk youth director and they knew the position had to be filled? Okay. And then they walked in the next day and it was Kamal there? Or did they know it was Kamal all along? I don't know. Right. And don't mention the salary, Winky. Hey, Lana. Hello, everybody. Isn't this interesting? So y'all just gonna say, yeah, we need this, and nobody approved. It's very weird, right? Very weird. No salary. So that's why I'm wondering, Winky, was it one of those people that we didn't know what they did? Let's see if we can do a quick search. Just quickly. I don't know. Hit the like button if you can contribute to the channel, guys. Okay, so this person say, when we go to this website, it says someone named Ebony is in charge. And this what sucks. Like, this is just like, we don't even know who the director is. We don't have, even when we go to the pictures, it's not Kamal in a tie. He not in a tie or a button up. Unless I got the wrong thing. Is this at risk? Is this just youth and family services? So it's at risk. I might have it wrong, you guys. I always try to like read between. Is at risk a different one? Like part of youth and family services? But when I put in at risk youth, that's where they took me. Isn't that interesting? Y'all put a pin in that. They entertain a motion to approve hiring a full-time director at the at-risk youth, like we say over here in Dolton, right? So I'm wondering, did they get rid of somebody and they already knew who that was going to be? This is interesting, but it's in the minutes. That's why I said y'all could kiss those minutes goodbye from Dolton. Y'all, do you know how much public comment they would have to put in the minutes? So then they go there. So then this is the weird thing. So now they go in a closed session, they come out, right? And then they say, we entertain a motion to approve the full-time maintenance person, Maria. And it was vote yes. But did they make sure that Kamal name was never mentioned in the minutes? Like, is Kamal, if I search all these minutes, would I even find Kamal name anywhere? I'm just asking. Because this is interesting. How do we know who? Now, this is interesting. We hear about this on Conscious Channel a lot. This is when they leased all those fleets from Enterprise. They leased all these fleets. And who was in charge of that? Keith Freeman, senior advisor to Supervisor Henyard. They leased all those fleets right there. So they approved the lease of all new cars and buses and all that cool stuff. So when Conscious points out the lease agreements in Dolton, we worried about one Tahoe. They brought that all over the township. I'm just looking to see if I find. So when did the Youth and Family Services person get introduced? You know, I'm gonna do my research tonight because this is very, very interesting. When you look at it and you see, okay, they just skipped over I'm with Winky. They skipped over how much they made, the budget, anything. It's just gone. It's just gone. So could we go through anything it said and say that is his name even going to pop up on the minutes anywhere in Thornton Township? I've never seen him speak. And that's when I said that's quite a pickle, because isn't that quite a pickle you put yourself in? Because we never seen him speak. They basically hired him, didn't say his name so far. We'll keep on looking. And he never has to give reports. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. Let's see. Let's go to the clerk's office. Do I have to word search every file? I mean, because it's like one by one. It's one by one, so we'd have to go down one by one. And I'll do that later today because, yeah, it's PDF, so I can word search it. Because I don't see Kamal name, and I've been going over these minutes for quite a bit. I don't really see his name anywhere. I could be wrong. Like I always tell y'all, I'm not the end all be all, and I'm not trying to be of Dolton. I just don't see where he had to. None of the staff had to too much give a report, but especially Youth and Family Services. Wouldn't you want to hear from them? I will make them do their report every month just because people like seniors and they love the youth. It's us people in the middle that get left behind, 30, 40, 50s. They don't care about us. We in the middle. But if you the youth or a senior, I would definitely want them to do a report. If you're 30 years old, forget about it. They don't care. They don't care about your taxes. If you're 30 and 40 years old talking about your taxes, they don't want to hear it. And it should be something. It should be a rule for like the middle ages of the people. Like they don't give you no break. They don't give you nothing. You 30 or 40, you got to pay it. It don't matter. They don't give you no kind of break, no relief, no nothing. They do not care about us. They be like that. It's a senior. Give them a break. What about us? We need help. Oh, that's a great question. Wyoming, I can't answer it because I didn't go. Did the average youth director ever come to Thornton Township Talks? Tiffany say residents can ask questions. Great question. All right, you guys. Thank you. We're gonna try to look for some video. You know what? I'll try to. I never thought about this. Maybe I could ask if Thornton Township will provide the videos. That if they're taping, they should be able to provide the videos. All right, you guys. Enjoy your Saturday. I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate you. Support the channel if you can. Cash App is running across your screen, and it's free just to like the video. I love you guys. I love talking with you. I love hearing your perspectives. I like having a conversation with you. Thanks for giving me your opinions. I really appreciate it. We just don't get nasty over here. You can tell us whatever, but I don't disrespect you, so you're not gonna come over here and disrespect me, okay? I'll be back later with another video, and we gotta talk about Naziah. It's some updates in the Naziah Harris case, but March 7th is when they pick the jury officially, and that's in Detroit. So we gotta talk about that, and we gotta talk about the black lady in Pakistan, y'all. They giving her an apartment. She getting money. I think I might go to Pakistan. She over in Pakistan being a regular celebrity, so we got to talk about her too. As always, I just report the news. So before y'all try to sue me,
I got some clothes. I got some jewelry. The rest I got tied up in investments. I ain't got nothing else.
Take care of yourself and each other. Early voting starts Monday. Bye.
Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy Commentary Comment Blue Commentary Comment Burgundy Blue Commentary Blue Commentary